So I've just had a massive revelation, and I'm gonna get to the fucking point and then I'm gonna tell you guys my massive revelation. So you may be an individual where your soul is too big for the environment that you are in. Many of you will catch this on the playback. Make sure you comment, make sure you share this. So let me explain. When you are in certain specific situations, right? Low functioning behavior is the norm. Low functioning behavior is the norm. And there is this precedent that when you are a black melanated person, especially a woman, and you are met with a matriarch who accepts low functioning environments and low functioning behavior, and you are juxtaposed to that matriarch, it creates an almost a rift, a dynamic between you and that matriarch where you guys are going to have some point of contention. Not only that, but people are going to say things to you like, you think you too good, you think you better than, you too smart for your own good, you think you smarter than everybody, and so forth. Now, here's the thing. These are all projections, right? This is all projection, right? They are coming at you like that. They may tell you too judgmental. They may tell you that your expectations are too high. They're going to tell you a bunch of shit because the environment, and I want you to understand that it has nothing to do with you as an individual. In the collective sense, the environment has already been deemed low functional. Now, we could talk about obvious things like poverty or crime or sexual deviance. We could talk about those things, but it also can be ran by people's insecurities, fears, and so forth. So when you are a big soul that's born into these types of environments, you are gonna clash with everything and everybody. And people are going to make it seem like you are intentionally trying to show them up. They're going to make it seem like you are trying to be their competition. They're going to make it seem like you are trying to talk down to them. You are not doing none of those motherfucking things. Having a big soul is the equivalent of having arms and fucking legs. Okay? Some of us are born with big souls. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So somebody talking to a person who has a big soul and telling them you need to shrink more is a motherfucker that is trying to tell you to go against yourself. And the more you listen to these people, the more you ingest and digest what they say, the more you go against yourself, the more you kill parts of yourself. The more you kill parts of yourself. This is by far one of the most important live streams I have ever done, because this revelation is the next phase. So you start killing off parts of yourself so that you could be more in tune with the environment, so that you can be more accepted by those around you. Then there is going to come a time where you're going to say, I can't do it. And I want people to understand this. It's not a matter of I'm better than you, you better than me, or I think I'm better and all that. Let me be very fucking clear. Having a big soul is like having arms and legs, goddamn. You cannot tell a person, and this is the realization that a lot of niggas don't have. You cannot tell a person with a big soul to shrink, because you're killing that person. And that might be the goal Because some people get very jealous of people with big souls. They're afraid that people are going to see how naturally you are magical. They're afraid that, as hard as they work to garner all of the praise and the approval, and you just walk in and be your authentic self and you pull people into you. People operate from their insecurities. They want to be accepted in the environments, whether it's low functioning or not. You, big soul, ain't really thinking about that shit, but you come in and you blow up other people's spots unintentionally, mind you, while these people are actively putting in effort to win over other people, and you don't even give a fuck like that. You just being yourself. And even if you do give a fuck, you still just being yourself. But the people keep telling you to shrink are your ops. Them motherfuckers are your ops. I don't give a fuck who they are. People think that people who are always talking about humble, usually they're a piece of shit. I'm going to just be honest. I'm going to keep it all the way real with you, because what happens with them is they live in constant shame. They live in constant shame, toxic shame. A sense that something is deeply wrong with them. So they are always trying to work off the debt of being an abnormality, a blip, a not necessarily worthy. I'm channeling right now. So, make sure you comment, make sure you share this. I am channeling right now. So when I channel, I close my eyes and I let the whatever come through. So these people who are living in this toxic shame, they're never going to admit that they're living in this toxic shame. They're just going to constantly walk about this fucking earth, trying to shape and mold the earth in their image so that nobody gets any higher than them. Now, that's the people who are deeply pathological. But some people are just afraid of exposure. They're afraid of being seen as weak. But the funny part is that they bond with everybody around them based on weakness. Big souls, because you haven't been developed properly by individuals around you, you feel this constant state of discord. And there is going to be something in you of a self-sabotage spirit. That spirit is put into you because there has been messaging that you have ingested that told you that something was wrong with you. They told you that something was wrong with you, that you were taking up too much space, that you were too big, you were too loud, you were too much. Yes, you were too much for that environment. They failed to tell you you were too much for that environment. And they always suspected that you was going to leave their ass in the dust any damn way. But the fact that you stayed around, they have to make you palatable to them. And it's really a sad state of affairs, because honestly, if you a low functioning person and you like dysfunction and bullshit and excuses and people that always, stagnant and got a lot of problems, if you like that shit, you just like that shit. Like, that's fine. You might be one who is more privy to the limitations of the human condition. Some of us don't really like the limitations of the human condition. We try to rise above it and get into our best possible highest consciousness. It's not a dig against anybody, but it's where our soul is leading us. There's deeper things in this world than motherfuckers' egos and they fucking feelings about themselves. I'm sorry. I cannot live in the goddamn emotional cul-de-sac of other people's insecurities about how they feel about themselves every goddamn day. The bitch is called self-esteem because you're supposed to figure it out for yourself. I'm not intentionally trying to lower your self-esteem. I just don't live in the level of insecurity that you do. It's just like if we was in the building, and I lived on the 13th floor, and you lived on the 6th floor. Well, bitch, if I come and get on the elevator and go to the 6th floor and follow you to your house, but my house is on the 13th floor, I'll never get to my house, constantly following you to your house. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I got to go up a couple floors higher. So that means that I got to take the elevator to the top. But that is what is meant for me. That is my soul's mission. And it is incumbent upon you to figure out what your soul's mission is. Now, one of the things that big souls go through is abuse. So it rewrites the script. It rewrites the narrative. If you're going to be in a low functioning environment, you're going to deal with low functioning shit. Albeit, you're going to deal with physical abuse sometimes, psychological, spiritual, sexual. Fucked up. And that shit will effectively rewire your brain. There is this young lady who remind me of my younger self when I was in my 20s. I know she probably in her 30s, but I think she had a more of a rougher upbringing than I did. Because I literally, when I turned 18, totally got away from my environment. And my mother, to the best of her ability, moved out of that environment as well. But maybe just a little less, more of small step by step. No. And this young lady, she know who she is. I'm not even going to say her name, because she's going to know who I'm talking about her. Because she feels the kindred spirit too. Now, I ain't trying to blow up her spot or be her fucking, you know what I'm saying, mentor or nothing like that. But I can tell the discord is still inside of her. It hasn't been released yet. And to her credit, it takes a long time. It takes a long time before you release the limitations that your environment put on your soul. It takes a long time for you to release that self-sabotaging spirit. It takes a long time for you to pour the love back into you that the world vehemently told you you didn't deserve. You're too much. You take up too much space. And so when she is navigating the world, as she is figuring it out, she is internalizing it as best she can, all of this rejection and all of this, the world is not exactly what it claims itself to be. And she's internalizing that, and she's processing it, and she's coming out with very, both brilliant, violent, it's brilliant, it's violent, it's happy, and it's sad. You're going to go through a multitude because she's grieving, but she doesn't know she's grieving. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, you know how to fuck around with the bullshitters and the do-nothings. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew how to do that shit. You know? Fuck around with the do-nothings and the fucking troublemakers and all that. Bro, I was in that shit. And people always tell me, it's a spark in you, it's something special in you. Then, sometimes I get like a lot of shady-ass energy from people. You know, or people trying to make me be less than what I am just because it makes them more comfortable. Not giving a fuck about how it affects me. And so, you know, you can hang with the do-nothings because vibrationally you can speak the language, but there's something on the inside of you that is calling out something greater inside of you, and the isolation that you go through when you're trying to shed yourself of a certain reality is sometimes, too much, because you still got it in you. You feel me? You still be wanting to drink, smoke, fuck. You still be wanting to do little ratchet ass shit. But the spirit calling on you to do some other shit. And honestly, you're not gonna get away from that. It's gonna keep on fucking pestering you until you release it from your system. 1, 2, 3, release them. And that release means releasing some of your fucking dipshit ass friends. Releasing relationships that were built on trauma bonds. I know all about that. Releasing thought processes. Releasing the ability to please people. Like, people are not going to be pleased by your big soul. They've been hating on that shit since they recognized that it existed in you. They've been hating on that shit. They never going to be satisfied with it. Every time they see it peeking its head out, they're going to feel the need to attack it. And that's never going to stop. And so, as much as even with this explanation that people could feel me and understand exactly what I'm saying, they know I'm being 100% sincere, and a lot of people can relate to what I'm saying to you. What I'm telling you is, you keep on trying to go back to the familiar, and the unfamiliar is your only way. I swear to God. I swear to God. But you fighting it. Mm-hmm. It's so crazy to me because, and I'll say this and I'll land my plane. I was at work, and my manager, I guess that's what she is, sent me something where, and I know for her, because she's kind of lazy, she sent me something where she was detailing to me some things where I could improve. And my response back was attacking the policy, not her. But she thought I was attacking her. And the reason why she thinks I'm attacking her is because the familiarity of spirit. I'm a black woman. She's a black woman. But I'm a different kind of black woman. I'm the black woman that didn't grow up in the suburbs. I'm the black woman that didn't grow up in the 2-parent household. She is. But she's been around black women like me her entire life. I can tell. I just know. But that's only one layer of who I am. The fact that I'm from the hood and from a single mother household is only one layer. And when I was talking to her, instead of looking at it as me being passionate, she looked at it as me being aggressive. But she paused and she made her statement. And then I paused and then I made my statement. And then the next day I came back with a PowerPoint presentation and from a reputable institute. I created a PowerPoint presentation from a reputable institute where I grabbed a lot of information from a study, a peer-reviewed study. And the study was a valid study that is a cost-saving analysis for the organization. Didn't expect that, did you? You thought I was just a nigga who would walk around whining, crying, talking shit, being combative, not following rules. You thought that was where I was going with this. No, I was pointing out the massive gaps and contradictions that I ascertained from my analysis of what the organization is asking for. And I'm not letting no fucking body set me up for no damn sabotage. Not a soul. So when I came back with the presentation, they could absolutely reject my presentation. But it's fundamentally sound scientifically. All these companies care about is money. So if I do a presentation about how you can save money by doing A, B, C, X, Y, Z, you're going to fucking listen. And it made it more about organizational efficiency than my goddamn feelings. However, emotion is my epithys. It is my personality. I'm from the hood. I'm not trying to hide that. But I'm also very highly educated and fucking brilliant. Yes, I know that. And I don't have to hide it. And I don't have to make it easier for other people to appeal to swallow. I don't care. You have to learn how to manage your feelings in the presence of greatness, baby. And that's all I can tell you. Because there's only so much I can do to uphold your fragile sense of self. If you feel like when you're around me that you are being called to operate and function highly, that is by design. But it is not anything wrong with it. Yeah, you can go around your friends and them and do some hood rat shit, some low vibrational shit, but around me, I run a tight goddamn ship. You're right. I run a tight goddamn ship. You're not about to be low functioning around me. That's just what it is. I command that. That's what my soul's presence is about. It's not about control over other people. It's not about power over other people. It is about excellence. And for what it's worth, if you operate in the point of excellence that you are capable of, I respect it. You don't have to operate in the excellence that I'm capable of or the next person but you capable of. But if you're sabotaging, going against yourself, doing a bunch of stupid shit, I can't fuck with you. Because I don't fuck with that shit no more. You want to destroy yourself? Bitch, you're going to do it without me. You want to lie to yourself? Bitch, you're going to do it without me. That is where I am in my journey. And I'm not making any concessions or I'm not apologizing for it. I'm not. I'm not telling you to be like me. I'm telling you to be who you supposed to be. Are you betraying yourself? And if betraying yourself is a part of your personality, cool. But you can't fuck with me because we're going to have conflict. You see what I'm saying? You betray yourself constantly to maintain these relationships, these structures and shit like that. And you're going to have a problem with somebody who stand on business all the time, who refuse to betray themselves for a goddamn thing. Because I work too hard to get myself back. People try to kill my spirit, my light within. And they will say, oh, I didn't. But you just being a raggedy ass bitch fucking killed my spirit. Being around you and listening to raggedy bitch thinking fucking killed my spirit. Internalizing it and thinking that you had any kind of validity in what you were saying at all disrupted my spirit. Learning how to filter out raggedy bitch information has been one of my best gifts. I even know how to filter out bougie raggedy bitch information. You're talking good. You're talking a good game. You sound very intelligent, but that's some raggedy bitch shit. That's why I was able to clock Doctorial Cheyenne Bryant shit so quickly. That's why I was able to clock Priscilla shit so quickly. When the tides turn and I peep game, I didn't have no sense of loyalty towards them in that parasocial way that a lot of y'all have. You can't parse through the details. Me being from Chicago, I know a motherfucking, okay, I might have fell for the hustle for a few minutes, but now I see what it is. Cool, no problem. Shift gears right then and there. You a raggedy bitch. You just do it in a more professional type way. That's it. I done seen a lot of white collar scammers. They exist, Bookie. And they'll swear up and down, oh no, they're better than a common criminal thief. No, the fuck you are not, ho. You just a thief of a higher caliber. But anyway, Enough of the rant. So when you are a big soul, there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it but embrace it. People be giving you shit like you woke up one morning and said, I'm gonna be a big soul so that I can make all the rest of these dumb motherfuckers feel insecure about themselves. Yeah, I exist to make you feel insecure about yourself. No, the fuck I do not. I'm not even thinking about you. I'm living, I'm existing, and I'm just evolving. And that got your panties in a bunch. Because you want me to fit in a small space. And I simply refuse to do it, huh? And so that's what got you all tight. Control freak. Craziness. But it's not, they not wrong for wanting to be low functioning. And I'm not wrong for wanting to be high functioning. If we got some overlap and some crossover, and we can meet in the middle in certain places, fine. I am at a point in my journey where I can do that. But if there is no middle ground, and you can't respect where I stand with my shit, then, bro, I can't fuck with you. I promise you. If I stop fucking with you, that's why. That's why. Alright. You're gonna have to change environments. Ain't shit you can do about it. Because motherfuckers, they choose comfort, routine, and familiarity over evolution. You can't make them move how you move. So you gotta get out of that environment. And you gotta be alone. And you gotta 1, 2, 3 release a lot of the shit. And you gotta accept the judgment that come with it. And you gotta accept the hate that come with it. This is what it is, man. This is your life. Are you who you want to be?